Gesture. Amnesia. Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
I'm not too bad.
That's good.
So today we are talking about, one second, I have to close this, about the list of our auto car parts. Now, when you were studying English, did they ever teach you about the different parts of the car?
I know some parts of the car, but it's better to repeat what I know.
All right. So
Yeah.
first one going through, just the main stuff right now. We have the bumper.
Bumper, yeah, I know. The rear thing in the car. I don't know how to say this.
Sorry, the rear part.
Yeah.
Now, why do we have a bumper? What's the purpose?
To protect the car, right, from bumps.
Absolutely. Sure. That's why they call it a bumper.
Yeah.
Bumper. So bumper, they call it an unexposed bumper and exposed bumper. So I think they're talking about a bumper that you see and a bumper that you can't see. Maybe it's hidden by rubber, because it doesn't have to be rubber, right? It could be chrome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What else as well? I'm looking at here. Not important stuff. What about the radiator? Where do you find the radiator in a car? Do you know?
A radiator, it's in front of the car, but yeah, it's in front of the car, right?
Sure. But so what's the main reasons? Why is it the same in Ukrainian and Russian, or no?
Yeah, it's just the same radiator.
Yeah.
The same.
Radiator or battery, no?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Battery maybe is the same, or maybe okay. Spoiler.
Yeah, those are international parts. The words spoiler is the same.
Spoiler is international. I thought maybe you would have it different in
Yeah, it's just the same.
the same. Interesting. Okay. Fascia.
What's that? I don't know.
Well, it's often used in relation to the decorative panel. Do you have the term dashboard? Do you know what a dashboard is?
Which is on the right side of the car, right?
Well,
not the car, but of the interior where the driver is sitting.
Yeah. Not the ABS, not the plastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the fascia, the fascia it's in relation to the decorative parts of the dashboard, or it can talk about usually the entire dashboard assembly. So it's like either or, right? It doesn't really matter. But another word we call the fascia, right?
Mm-hmm.
What else do we have here? The trunk. Do you have that too? The trunk. If I say the trunk of the car, you know what I'm talking about?
The trunk of the car, it's like I don't know. Can you explain what is it? Because I know what is it, but I cannot tell you.
It's the door on the back of the car.
Mm-hmm.
The opening. So they have a lid on it. The lid is what opens and closes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we call it the trunk because it's the back.
Okay.
We call it the boot or the hatch. Have you heard of a hatchback?
Yeah, I know it. Heavy. Could you write down those words? How?
Yep. 1 second. So we have hatchback, hatchback, and we have the trunk of the car. Now, would you say would you say hatchbacks are common in Ukraine? You know, the ones where you can put a lot of stuff at the back?
What can I put a lot of where?
Hatchback type cars.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
one.
hatchback, yeah, I know.
Would you say they're getting very popular in Ukraine, or they're,
No, they're not popular.
how come?
Huh?
What kind of people drive a hatchback?
Why do they drive a hatchback?
What kind of people would drive a
Yeah,
hatchback?
there are people from villages too. They carry some stuff in it, right?
They don't have an SUV?
Yeah.
You know, SUV. So is another type of car, like a bigger car, is SUV? Is it the same in Ukrainian too?
Yeah, it's just the same. Right. Yeah.
What else is getting common in Ukraine? What other type? Is sedan the most common, you think?
Sedan, the same word, right?
Yeah. How come trucks aren't popular in Ukraine?
Why should they be popular?
Why aren't they popular?
I don't know.
No idea? I mean, in Canada, you see a lot of trucks. You think because they carry a lot. I'm just kind of, maybe because they're too expensive. Were there any Soviet type of trucks back in the day?
They're not. No, yeah, they're expensive, but it depends actually. A lot of people they just do not need the ACV. Not the ACV, but like the car with what car are we talking about? Like
We'll call it pickup truck or SUVs. I see a lot of SUVs, and then they got vans. I don't see too many vans as well. I'm seeing a lot of SUVs, and I'm seeing a lot of I see quite a few now hatchbacks as well. So maybe good for family.
like this that I sent you. Is it SUV or not?
Oh my God, whoa, that's a big link. Let me see. That is a truck. That's a pickup truck, we call it. And the one picture has a 4-door. And then they have a truck with extended cab. The cab, so if I put cab is the back of the truck.
Back of the track.
The cab, we call it. Where you put stuff. Make sense? Where you put stuff.
Maybe you send a link to the picture.
Okay, the cab.
Do you have the picture?
Hold on 1 second. The cab of the truck. 1 second. Okay, so looking at this picture, on the right is the cab.
1 second.
Where the gas tank is.
Ah, okay.
We call it the cab. So you have a normal cab and an extended cab. An extended cab is when it's longer at the back.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I understand.
Okay, so what about power door locks? When did you first? Do you know what they are? First of all, power door locks.
Could you repeat power?
I'll write it. So when we say power door locks.
What is the power doors? I don't know.
Well, let's think. We give power to it. What do you think they have there? Power, electricity.
You use power to close it.
Yeah,
Yes?
open and close it.
Mm-hmm.
We call it power door locks. Well, no, just the lock part, not the open the window, just the lock on the door. Sorry, I made a mistake. So it's just the lock on the door. You can lock it by a key.
Mm-hmm.
When did that come popular in Ukraine? Did any of the Soviet cars have that, or they never had any of those?
No, the Soviet cars they don't have it.
None.
No.
Electronic case? You mean electronic case? Yes.
Electronic lock with your key.
Electronic lock. No, in Soviet cars we don't have such kind of locks.
Not even in the luxury edition. I don't know.
I never seen
I've never seen them either. Just a standard locker seat.
Mm-hmm.
Door water shield. That's the fuel. Okay, we know what the fuel tank is. Sunroof. A lot of people don't know what a sunroof is. You know what a sunroof is?
Yeah, the roof made of glass, right?
But where specifically?
In the car? No?
On the top.
On top, right?
Now, how common is this is this common in Ukraine, or is this something that, I mean, what's the disadvantages and advantages of having a sunroof?
I don't see disadvantages. Are there any disadvantages?
Maybe water can get in if it's raining?
Water? No, if it's quality, then
If it's German made, yeah, I can.
yeah, if it's German made, right?
If it's German made, sure, or Japanese made, of course, it would be good. Maybe too much sun? I don't know. Maybe too much sun. Oh, no, you can close it all the way on all of them, so you can block the light too. But then, okay, if they're so good, why doesn't everyone have one? Why don't all cars have a sunroof?
Because it's very it's more expensive to produce.
Have you seen a one that opens and closes by itself, or have you seen those ones?
No. I've seen only the automatic one.
Yeah. Okay. Windshield. We know what a windshield is, or there's another name for it, a wind screen. So you can either call it. There's two types of variants. You have 1 second.
Yeah.
It's the same. Exact same. But we also know what a windshield is. Windshield, right? It protects us from the elements.
Mm-hmm.
Or we can call it a windscreen. Most cars have an antenna. Now, when do you remember? Most cars have an antenna for radio, right? I mean, that's a common. But they used to be in the front. Do you remember when they used to be in the front or no?
No.
The antenna, no? They used to be in the front, then they moved them to the back. And now I don't see them at all. You know what I'm talking about? Radio antenna on the car.
Radio antenna, right?
Yeah, they used to be on the back, and now like they're somewhere embedded on the car. Alternator. What is an alternator? Anyone know? Because
No, I know what it is.
you know or you don't know.
No, I don't know.
So basically, after the battery stage, I believe the alternator takes over when you start the car. Okay. So even in the definition, is an electrical generator that converts mechanical energy to electrical energy of the form of alternating current. Right. So I'm pretty sure that's after when you start your car, first ignition is through the battery. Right. And well, we know what speedometer, odometer. Do we know what that is? Or we can call odograph.
What is it?
What?
Think about it. It's a meter in your car. I'll write it. It's a meter. What do you think it could be?
I don't know.
Odometer.
Odometer, yeah.
Like
Yeah, we have the same one, but I don't know what does it mean.
It shows the speed.
The speed?
it shows the speed. Yes.
Yes, shows the speed.
In Ukraine we speedometer, and you don't have such words speedometer.
No. On the Mashutka bus, though, it wasn't working. I saw the guy looking, it wasn't moving at all, and he was going like 120 kilometers an hour, so I don't know how often they fill, but I never seen a odometer before.
Mm-hmm.
Fuel gauge, do you have this word too?
Fuel gauge.
Yeah.
Fuel gauge, yes. It's maybe about how much fuel in your back, in your
In your car, yeah.
back. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a gauge is usually like a reading, a level.
Uh-huh.
Fuel, well, we're talking about fuel, gas, petrol.
Okay.
So full or empty, right? Either or.
Yes.
Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? Tire pressure gauge. You know, that's something like you really, I mean, not really need to know, I suppose, to. Okay, so there's, on your lights in the front, right? You have your fog light or your fog lamp. I don't know if you call it like that, but why do you think they call it a fog light?
Yeah, because when you turn it on when it is foggy outside, and it somehow helps you to see what's going on.
Yeah, yeah. And then I'm pretty sure your high beams. I think that's. I think it's another word for, yeah, your main beam, high beam. So there's your main beam. We call the main beam the driving beam. A beam refers to the beam of light, and high beam, driving beam, and then your full beam. But high beam is, I thought it was a similar like to fog, but you know, like if you're driving and somebody has their high beams on, that like across from you, you can't see anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's bright. Like you want to tell the guy, put your high beams off because you can't see. But
Mm-hmm.
usually, like you would use it in a village that has no lights. You know, so here's what we have. Hold on a second. You got your normal beam, your driving beam, and your high beams. So that's the high. That's the high beams are the most powerful ones there. So, and headlight, headlamp, we can call it sure like that. Sensors. What do we have here? Airbags. Now, did any of the is airbag the same in Ukrainian and Russian as in English? We know what we're referring to when we say airbag, correct?
What is the word?
Airbag.
Airbag. I don't know how to say. Could you explain it?
Airbag. It's there's a on the steering wheel.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bag that comes out if you're into an accident.
Mm-hmm.
Подушка, да? Yeah, I know.
Yes, I understand. It's airbag. Mm-hmm.
Airbag.
Okay.
And we have.
If your car crashed, yes.
Yeah, if your car crashes, usually the airbags will deploy.
What does it mean deploy?
Come out.
Mm-hmm.
They will deploy. So you have your driver's airbag, passenger airbag, and now most cars have side airbags. Am I? Can you confirm, Yvonne? Do you know about side airbags?
Yeah, I know, but yeah.
How many airbags in the car?
Oh God. 1, 2, 3. There's some, I think, with maybe 9 airbags.
What? 29?
9 airbags.
9?
You'll be like a sandwich.
Too much.
like a Big Mac or something.
Mm-hmm.
Airbags were very dangerous before. They could kill you.
Yeah, that's right.
How fast they go. They could kill you. But I think it's...
It will not save you, definitely.
Yeah. And what about seatbelt? Is seatbelt the same? Is that international too, or is that a lot of people don't even know what seatbelt means?
Seat belt.
Seatbelt, the thing that protects you, like that holds you in the seat, right?
Yeah.
What is it? It's a stripe.
Yeah,
Yes.
it goes across. Click.
Okay, I understand.
But most people don't even wear their seatbelt. That's a problem. In Ukraine, if you don't wear your seatbelt, what happens? Can you get a fine?
Yeah, in Ukraine you get a fine.
But they don't enforce it? Do you think like, you know what I mean when I say enforce?
Yeah, but it's obligatory, and if you are not, how to say, seat belted or what?
If you don't have your seatbelt on.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't have your seat belt on, then you will be fined. You have a fine.
Do you know what the fine is?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
When we're driving, we have cruise control. Is this the same as you have?
What is cruise control? I don't know. It's a speed with it, как одинаково. It's
Similar.
как
Similar.
it's similar
Yeah.
speed all time when you drive. Yes. Cruise
Yeah, it keeps the speed constant.
Okay, constant.
And unless you change if you change the speed manually, like with your gas pedal. Everyone knows what a gas pedal is?
Yes, you don't use gas pedal when you use cruise control. Yes.
No, but if you touch the gas pedal, it will override the cruise control. Like it goes back to manual.
Okay, cruise control is the maximum speed when you have when you push the gas pedal. Yes.
Yeah. When you press it and you have the gas on, it'll go. But I believe if you like tap something like that, or you tap the cruise control, it'll override, so you're not going at the same speed, or you can slow down. Because you never know. What if you need to stop suddenly, right? You know what I mean? It could happen.
Stop. What?
What if you need to slow down and you're on cruise control, right?
I don't know.
Well, maybe, I don't know, you hit a deer. In Canada, we have lots of deers. So you need to override the cruise control. You know, so suddenly you can control your vehicle again, right?
Okay.
But no, when you're in cruise control, yeah, it's at the constant speed all the time. What else do we have here? Carpet like that. Armrest. We're inside the vehicle still here. When I refer to the armrest, what do you think this is? It has the word arm in it.
Armrest. Maybe armrest. It's on the doors to put your.
Not on the door. It's not comfortable there.
No.
No.
I don't know.
Where you put if you're in the driver's side, it's where you put your right arm. You know what I mean? Look. Here.
Could you write it?
I am getting a nice picture for you. Nice leather seats just for you. Hold on.
Okay.
It's a Volkswagen.
Wait a second.
So you put your arm on there and you rest it.
Okay.
Armrest.
I understand. I think it's similar with the armrest on the door. You have a similar place on the door.
It's similar, but not as comfortable, I don't think, to put your arm on all the time. What about those holders for your drink? See where you would put like coffee or something, Or McDonald's latte. Any idea what we call that? There's a specific name.
I don't know.
Cup holder, we call it. Just a cup holder.
Cup holder, yes.
Just a cup holder.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Just a cup holder. And
Hey, maybe cat holder.
cat, I think my cat needs to go in the car so he keeps quiet all the time.
Maybe he wants to eat, no?
No, he doesn't want. He eats all day. He
And sleeps all day, right?
eats and sleeps all day. What about anti-ABS? So if you hear the acronym ABS, does anyone know what we call this? Does anyone know the acronym? It's a very common car word.
Yeah, I know this stuff that prevents from drifting, right?
From what? Braking.
Yeah, from like yeah, you're right.
Now, in the Soviet cars never had these. They never had these. You don't think, no?
Yeah, it's some like braking system that how to explain? For example, when your wheel is spinning, right?
It's spinning, yes.
And then you press brakes, then it's not just stop spinning. It starts to spin and stop, spin and stop, like
spin and stop, spin and stop. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because it's not good if you know. I think maybe your car could skid or something like that if you don't have ABS. It's hard on the braking system. Chester.
Okay.
Down. Okay. Good. Thank you. Cats, right?
You kept learning English.
I think so. On every lesson, he's talking to me and he's looking at the student. So I have a little bit of a problem here with him. I don't know what to do with him. If I put him in a different room, he meows and the whole neighborhood could hear him. So I don't know what to do. Anyways, let's move on. I don't want to go here. I don't want to get into specifics. Remember, I said this wasn't going to be about mechanics.
Yeah, let's take Aldi. Maybe it's better to take the cars than to take. Let's take a plane, train, and so on.
Michael, your cat wants to go to the yard.
No, he's training his pronunciation in English, but
he only does it when I'm in a class, so I don't know. So what did you, Ivan? What did you say again? I just want to take the main words. That's it. What did you say?
yeah, I'm saying that maybe we should also not go through the different words like so first the parts of the car, then train, plane, and so on.
Okay, specifics. I mean, from that department.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we can go, let's see here, where can we go, I don't know, we can go like engine components and parts, we can go like air duct, air intake housing, air intake manifold. I don't think anybody would remember that, or they really need to know. That's the problem. I'm getting into really technical stuff there, and that's not going to really work. But I'll explain where it is in the car, right? So it's a little bit more easier for the people who are listening. Suspension. We know what suspension is, obviously. Is it the same? Why do we have? They introduced power steering. You know what power steering is? This is an English term too. Maybe I don't know if it's international.
Yeah, it's like when your steering wheel is not when you move your car, when you drive your car and move your wheels without. It helps you actually to turn the steering wheel, right?
It helps you, yes. It helps. So what about in the olden days? When do you? I don't know. Like I remember maybe in Canada in the 60s and 50s they didn't have power steering. It wasn't really common, and it was hard to steer the car. You had to put more power.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go into manual. So when we're talking about our transmission, we have manual drive and automatic. Well, I see a lot of manual shift. They call it manual drive or made a mistake here. Manual drive or shift. Why is manual drive more common than automatic when automatic would be easier?
I don't know. It's more comfortable to use.
Shift. I don't know. Manual drive is I understand. Or shift. What is it? Shift.
Well, shift. You know, when you're moving,
Mm-hmm.
it's a shift. Different shift.
Okay, I understand.
You're moving to different gears.
Okay.
I remember the ones with the long handle, really long handle. Or maybe on the some Soviet vehicles, you'll see a long handle shift.
Mm-hmm.
But when did you start? When did automatic drive come in Ukraine? Does anyone remember?
Maybe
Once
again.
again, could you repeat the question?
When did automatic shift come out in Ukraine for cars? When did people start driving those cars? Do you remember?
Once the first bought for some European car or the car from United States.
I think I think European cars have more manual shift, and I think it's the American ones that have more automatic. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Going here, shocks. Why do we have shocks? It's a shock. Well, what? Why do we have shocks on a car?
What shocks? What is it?
No, shocks.
I don't know what is it. Shocks? What are the shocks?
It's somewhere beside the wheel. Any idea? No one heard of this? Shocks? Someone could say, well, my shocks, I don't know, I might need new shocks soon. Any idea?
No, what is it?
Well, the shocks help elevate the whole suspension on the vehicle.
Mm.
They have a gas in there. Some bikes. Have you seen a bike with shocks on it before? Like this. I'll show you a picture. Bike with shocks.
Oh.
Hold on a second. 1 minute. A bike with actually, I can't even. Maybe this is a picture, but I don't know. This is what I'm referring to. Hold on just once. I got a picture. These are what shocks look like.
Mm-hmm.
So they're a shock absorber, right?
Oh.
They look like a piston cylinder type formation, right?
Okay.
And going down. So usually, like in your transmission, right? What does everyone know what your transmission? Do you have the same word in Ukrainian transmission?
Yeah, transmission.
I won't get into that then, because everyone knows what transmission is. I won't get into that.
But I don't know in Ukraine what is it.
Ivan, do you want to explain in English?
Transmission is when you shift in gears. Gears or gears? How to say?
Gears.
Gears. Yeah. When you shift in gears, you need a transmission to shift them, right? Is it? Am I right?
Yeah, it refers to the gearbox.
Yeah. Gearbox and transmission, are those different terms?
It says transmission refers simply to the gearbox that uses gears and gears trains to provide speed and torque conversions from a rotating power source to another device. I'm not a mechanic, you know. My brother is, but I never went too far. So, you know, I guess when you're converting one source into another source, one power, you know, but there's different types of transmissions, like different type of gearbox, like, you know, 5-speed, you know, transmission. You know, there's a reverse gearbox. There's getting more detail, but really, why would you need to know that if you're not, you know, too in depth into into cars, because this is just covering the basics. So you're referring to the drive box, right? When we're referring to the transmission, it's the most expensive. It's a very expensive part of the car. I remember, you know, there's just to get transmission fluid. We call it tranny fluid to get it replaced, because to keep it lubricated, you have to take it to a transmission specialist, a specific person who works on transmission. So I don't know if in Ukraine if you have a transmission specialist, but in Canada, this is what they do. They specifically only work on transmission, and they're very, very expensive. Very expensive. I'm going through the list. Just too many ones that no one's going to remember. Okay, obviously some acronyms. When we say AC, what do you think this refers to in a car when we say AC?
AC. Automatic something, no?
No.
I don't know.
Air conditioning.
Air conditioning, okay.
I think air conditioning is very common in most cars today.
Yeah.
At least you hope so.
Yeah, it's common. It's common.
Yeah. Well, what usually happens, like, so if you don't, if the air conditioning isn't working, if you have like a leak in your Freon line, you know, like so that happens where the Freon, I don't even know how to spell Freon. Every AC unit has. Do you know what Freon is, Yvonne? Have you heard of this word or?
Yeah, I've heard about this, but it's some stuff that you charge your conditioner with.
Yeah. It's the stuff.
But I don't know what is it. I've never seen it. I don't know what it is.
Freon, not.
Like in refrigerator, yes.
Yeah, there's different R values. Refrigerant stands for.
Okay.
And it keeps, when it goes to I guess the compressor keeps the flowing of it through the coils. It keeps it cool. But in cars, if you turn on your AC and you have usually no, it's not cool. You just get air, right? Usually it's maybe you have a Freon leak in the hose. Usually that happens, and people usually it's too expensive to fix when that happens. Because on the have you been on a Marshrutka bus that has air conditioning?
No, do they have air conditioners?
I don't know. That's a good question. Why wouldn't they have air conditioning? Why?
Why do they? Why did they don't?
Why wouldn't they? Yeah, I mean, you think it would be standard.
I don't know, Michael. I don't know. I really don't know. I cannot tell you the answer to this question.
It's so funny.
For me, it's also a secret.
It's a secret, yeah, like that. And what about, like, I mean, when we're talking about when someone says winter tires and tires, maybe someone doesn't know about winter tires. What's the main difference between a normal? We call it all season tires, and I guess a winter tire. What is the main difference between all season? When I'm saying all season, what am I referring to?
Like it's for all the seasons, right?
All the season, yeah. It's very common when you see tires in Canada, they'll say all season for all the season. So what's the main differences? Does anyone know from?
I don't know.
Maybe main difference it's like как шипы или Жень, как шипы?
I don't know.
It's metal spin.
Like the things that a lot of things on the not wheels, but on the rubber of the wheel.
Yeah, enhanced braking performance is snowing in icy conditions.
Yeah, but what is it? How do they call you? How to call them?
I don't know. It's just I think maybe it's in the rubber, and you know those grooves in the tires too. There's different traction. Does everyone know what traction is?
Yeah.
All right.
Could you write it?
How the wheel and the road communicate with each other, how they touch each other. There's different traction.
Mm-hmm.
If it slips, there's different traction. You know, I think the best tires are the ones that have the chains on them.
I see. I'm looking for the word. It means spike.
Oh, spike.
Yeah, the spikes on the wheels, like on the winter wheels, like winter. How to say shiny? On the winter tires. Yeah.
Well, I think you maybe call them the treads. And the treads usually they reduce snow buildup, because what's going to happen if there's snow buildup on your tire?
Брызговики, наверное, да?
The more snow on the tire. It's going to slide. There's going to be less traction.
How do you call them?
The treads on the wheels, right? They cause
wheel flaps.
No.
I don't know.
Cause less traction. But is there a course in Ukraine that you can take for driving in icy conditions, or that doesn't exist? Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, I've heard, but I'm not sure if a lot of people are taking those courses.
I think it's important. The way people drive these days.
Yeah, the way people drive these days is really important. But yeah, you're right.
There is a course in Canada for doing this, and it helps, but you have to be a very experienced driver, because I think driving on ice. Oh, we have a term, black ice.
Yeah, black ice. It's like frozen water on the ground, on the asphalt, right?
Yeah, this is the scary stuff. And
puddle, right?
Yeah, the puddle. Yeah,
puddle. A frozen puddle, right? Can I say it this way?
The puddle is like a layer of water in a Pacific part.
Yeah. Frozen puddle. Is it correct to say?
Yeah, well, a puddle of water is water in a Pacific area, and a frozen puddle would be frozen water of a puddle. Makes sense to me. I don't think your winter tires will help there. I don't think they would help. I think you need to take a real good course. Maybe chains are good. Some big trucks, heavy duty trucks, have chains on them too, but they're actually illegal in Canada because they cause damage to the roads.
Yeah.
I don't know in Ukraine what the thing is. Like when you're driving, we have different ways to describe the snow when you're driving. Here's some words.
Sleet.
Snow, ice, sleet, slush. Everyone know what slush is?
Slush is what is it? Slashes? I don't know.
It's like a mixture of the sand, the brown sand, and the snow.
Okay.
You know when the snow turns like brownish color because of the salt? We call it slushy.
Okay, I understand.
Wet snow.
Okay.
Wet.
No, yeah.
Yeah, you're driving in heavy snow.
What is the even?
Even out. It's leveled. Even. There's even would be it's even. The snow is evenly laid out.
It's like maybe it's sloy in Russian. I check 1 second. Lawyer. Maybe it's like the lawyer of the snow. Yes.
Layer of snow.
Layer of the snow.
Yeah, but it's even. Like the layer is even. It's not bumpy. You know, like, okay, if something is even, like this, non-even is like,
Okay, I understand. It's
well, why would you want to know that if someone told you if it's even or not? Why do you think that's important? If you're driving in the winter time.
Because you can crash your car if you drive on the not even not even
It's not
road.
even. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
You can
not
you
even
you can get
road.
stuck. So I don't know. Like, but to be honest with you, like when they say 4x4 like wheels and four-wheel drive, I'm pretty sure there's a difference.
In these words, you see the difference, yes?
I'm pretty sure. I don't know where I heard it. Four-wheel drive versus 4x4. I think 4x4. Yeah, 4x4, because I remember someone saying that all-wheel drive, all the wheels can drive. But then I heard where in a normal situation where only the two wheels drive, only those two wheels can drive. But I heard in another situation where I don't know if it was four-wheel drive or 4x4, where the two sets of wheels can go either front or back, but not all at the same time. No, but when I'm pretty sure, because there was some car show, and yeah.
What is Audi?
All-wheel drive and four-wheel drive.
Yeah, with four-wheel drive, the second one is like you can have four-wheel drive or forward-wheel drive. Like, типа, или полностью forward, это типа, передние ведущие, forward wheel drive, или F может означать four, это 4 ведущих.
Yeah, all-wheel drive is permanent four-wheel drive. So differential between the front and rear drive. This is not, yeah. So that was confusing for a lot of people because they thought that, you know, when we say 4x4, all the four wheels drive at the same time. And in the other class, well, they didn't know the difference. Not a class, but I'm not talking about a class of students. I'm talking about a class of vehicles. They all thought that it wasn't just the set. It was, you know, two here, two there. It was all the wheels at once. So I even found that confusing to understand as well. Because usually I think it's because of marketing. Was that confusing for you before, any of you guys? You thought like 4x4 or?
No.
No.
No, just you're looking at the specification and it's...
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, is 4x4, is this something popular in Ukraine as well, or is it something you don't?
Yeah, especially in winter when it's when we have a lot of snow, then it's becoming very popular.
Yeah, because I see some 4x4 trucks, some Jeeps, and not many cars. I don't even know which cars are 4x4. I wouldn't even know, but I guess you know what, I've seen 4x4s even get stuck in the winter time. I've seen them get stuck too.
Yeah. That's often so.
Time to get help. You know, sometimes you need someone to push the car. And sometimes car wheel alignment. Wheel. What do you think that means, alignment?
I don't know.
alignment is when we align something. Like, okay, in your word sheet, you have alignment. You can put your text on the left, in the center, or in the right side. Right? Yvonne.
For what?
When I say alignment, you can put, you know how in Word you can put your text in the left, in the center, or in the right.
Yeah, alignment, yeah. Like the positioning.
The positioning. So what do you think wheel alignment, when we're talking about positioning, what do you think that's for? You have any clue now? Any idea?
But how can they be aligned other than the way they are?
Well, when you take it to your mechanic shop, they take the wheel and they
Yeah,
align.
I know. Центровка, yeah. Это называется, we call it, let me check. One, I will check how.
How to say, Евгений, что вот типа для чего это используется? Как вот для чего, правильно сказать? For what it use it? Yes.
What are we using it for?
What, wheel alignment?
Yeah.
Well, to keep your car straight when you drive.
Да, это вот развал схождения. Toy и toy in, toy out, right?
Sorry?
Wheel alignment camber. What is it?
Wheel environment chamber?
Yeah, camber.
Well, a chamber would be like...
Well, you see, this is what I found. I will send you now the link. Ну, чтобы колеса стояли прямо. Чтобы ни вправо, ни влево, одно колесо вправо, другое влево. Развал схождения. Чтобы они стояли прямо, когда ты едешь.
Okay, I understand.
Take a look at this.
I'm looking here and I need to translate this because in English. Oh boy, alignments, usually in the front car wheel. Front car wheel alignment, wheel line alignment chamber. I'm looking at this word here. And to be honest with you, I collapse of converge. Maybe it translated it wrong, but I don't know. But the only reason I want to put wheel alignment is,
Yeah, but you did it right. Well, why not?
Sorry, is it right?
Yeah, of course it's right. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I think maybe once a year you need your wheel alignment done because it can become out of align. I don't know how it happens. Maybe by stress, maybe by tear. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not a mechanic. Or if you change your wheels, that's too.
Yeah.
Tachometer, I forgot this one.
Tachometer.
I don't know if you have it in the same in Russian or Ukrainian.
I hear these words, but I don't know what is a tachometer.
You know that thing that shows your RPM, revolutions per minute?
Ага, я понял. I know what is it. Тахометр. Нет, не тахометр. I have to look at this.
Maybe Michael. Explain us.
Yeah, тахометр, да, тахометр.
What is the measure? For what we can use it?
The RPM, how many revolutions your car is doing, the engine.
How many?
Revolutions. Turns. A revolution is this.
Оборотов. Сколько оборотов?
Okay.
1 revolution. 2 revolution.
We had 2 revolutions in Ukraine.
2 revolutions. Yeah. I like that one. That was good. That was cute. That was cute. Where was I? Now I got a little bit distracted there. Speaker somewhere. But Didn't most of the tachometer, fuel gauge, hydrometer, what the,
Yeah, I know this hydrometer here. Yeah.
How
What do
important
we use it
your
for?
I think that measures the temperature of the engine. There would be a hydrometer there, right? The temperature, because you don't want an
Yeah.
engine that's too hot, you know,
Yeah, when you know the engine is too hot, you have to stop. Okay.
or burn it out. Yeah, that's happened. I know someone who burnt out their engine. They needed, it was a $6,000 engine, but they didn't do oil changes. How often do you think you have to do an oil change? I think it's based on. I mean, usually people do it based on how many kilometers they drive. What is the rule? What is the rule in Ukraine? What do people like to do?
I don't know. I cannot tell you.
When the smoke comes out.
Yeah, maybe. Well, a different car requires different time to change it, right?
I thought it was every 3,000 miles.
Every 3,000 miles, you have to change the oil, right? Interesting.
Every 3,000 miles.
very frequent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe miles. How many kilometers in the mile?
Oh boy, I forget. I don't know.
54? No.
What? Two.
3,000. It would be 4,828 kilometers.
Oh, send this
This number. I'll send this here. Here's the number.
in the chat.
1.6 kilometers.
Oh,
1 mile is 1.6 kilometers.
Yeah, around there. Around. And what about all this premium gas that you guys, Ukraine, talk about? There's premium. I don't pay attention. I just pay attention to regular unleaded. In Ukraine, what do you got? 87, 97. What are the numbers? Do you remember, Yvonne?
Well, could you repeat the question?
When you're filling up your car, you have different type of gasoline.
Yeah. We have like 95, 98, something like this.
In Canada,
no,
regular unleaded.
what is it?
Huh?
Nobody knows what does it mean, this number.
It means, я знаю, там октановое число, но что это такое конкретно?
It maybe how fast the fuel fire.
Yeah, something like this.
But what do you think, Yvonne? Do you really think we need to use this stuff, or just straight regular unleaded? Do Ukrainians really care about the type of gas they put in?
Yeah, of course they care because some cars, for example, like the modern cars, they have to be charged with high quality fuel. That's why it's important to even in the passport of the car, it says that you have to charge this car with this kind of fuel, not lower than 95, 90s, 98.
For anyone who has a Lamborghini out there, this is important information.
Yeah, a Lamborghini has to be filled with some plain oil.
I don't know, no idea. I see them down sometimes Maidan Nezhalesnosti, but I'm pretty sure whoever had it rented it out and doesn't buy it. I don't.
Yeah.
That's a very The one I saw was about $397,000. That's it's off my budget, that's for sure. I forgot a brake. When you step on the brake, we call it a brake pedal. A pedal is like a piece that you can press on.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we call it a pedal.
Okay.
Gas pedal and brake pedal. Right? Very, very similar there too. Right? Brake pedal, gas. And we only have a couple of minutes left. Actually, one time someone put sugar in my brother's F-250 pickup, Ford F-250 pickup truck.
Right. Right. Mm-hmm.
Guess what happens when you put sugar in a gas tank?
Yeah, you cannot drive, right?
It crystallizes it.
Yeah, it crystallizes it. Right.
It makes everything into like crystals. and it screws up your carburetor. Oh, that was one I forgot. Carburetor. I don't know exactly if I spell it carburetor. One second. Oh, there's my cat. Carburetor. You heard of this before?
Yeah, of course, I know this.
So carburetor, what does it do again? If anyone wants to fill me in?
I don't know. I know it's some part of the engine which transmits the gas or oil, the fuel to the engine itself, no?
I thought it mixes air
And
as
yeah,
well. And it
and
mixes them.
air for better ignition.
Yeah. That's not, but yeah, I think it would clog up. When I say clog up the carburetor, so nothing can get through. Some people, what they did? They changed their engine so they could put, oil from fast food restaurants. They can put that oil into your gas tank, and you can run on that. It will burn. Has anyone ever tried that?
No.
Do you know what I mean? I mean oil from that's been cooked using from fast food restaurants. Like for example, at McDonald's, they have from when they cook the katoshka free, right? All that oil, the old oil.
No, I don't know. I know what you're talking about, but I cannot imagine how. Why do they do this?
Well, because it's cheaper than gasoline.
Yeah, it's cheaper, but is it extremely cheaper so that you are using the things from McDonald's?
Yeah, it is, but you need to filter out. You need to filter out the oil, and because the carburetor will clog up with that guck, and
But it will be even more expensive to do this.
It might be in the end. It might be. I don't know, but I know people who have done it, Chester. I've done it. No, I haven't done it, but I know people who have done it, and it smells like French fries.
Okay.
It smells like French fries. So if anyone hasn't done it before, that's what it smells like. It smells like French fries when you burn it off of your car. So I don't know. It was.
I wouldn't recommend doing this, really. I think it's stupid, really.
But I would recommend a car for my cat so he doesn't have to meow anymore. You can just ship him somewhere else. Anyways, guys, it is now 10 o'clock, and I gotta find a new home for my pussycat, I suppose, right? Because he meows too much. He needs a girlfriend. Oh, if anyone's listening out there and they have another Scottish, a British full female, maybe that's why my cat is meowing so much. So if you do, you can always contact anyone, and that will put away all the meowing answers just for 3 days. That's all I need. All right, that's all.
Okay.
Okay, everyone, have a good evening.
Let somebody if they have.
Please do. No more meowing, or I have to, do the little castration process. Everyone, have a good evening.
Okay, you too. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.